So tonight in the gym, again, like I said before, we're going to be practicing more obvious opportunities, advantage breaks. But that means that half the time tonight you're going to be playing advantage offense, but the other half of the time you're going to be playing disadvantage defense, meaning you're on defense on a fast break and you're outnumbered. There's people coming at you and there's more offensive players than defensive players. And this is a common situation that point guards find themselves in, because most time you got to be the first person back. A lot of times you're asked to stop a fast break when they have numbers, the offense has numbers. So let me say a few things about playing disadvantage defense. For one thing, you're going to be doing that a lot tonight. The most important thing to remember when you're playing disadvantage defense is don't give up. Don't ever give up just because you're outnumbered. You see teams blow 2-on-1s, 3-on-1s, even 4-on-1s all the time. So don't ever give up. Don't assume that just because you're outnumbered that those guys know what they're doing and they're going to be able to get something easy against you. So don't give up. The second most important thing to remember when you're playing disadvantage defense is you've got to be active. You've got to be active. And the smaller you are, the more active you need to be. The word that I like to use to describe the kind of activity level you've got to have when you're playing disadvantage defense is this word skirmish. Skirmish. When you're playing disadvantage defense, you've got to skirmish. And that means not only do you have to be active, you've got to be clever and deceptive as well. So in other words, you can't just stand in one place and try to guard one person because you're outnumbered. You got to try to guard this guy, and you got to get over here and try to guard this guy, and you got to kind of fake at this guy, you got to kind of fake at this guy. You got to create some indecision in the offense. You got to be active, you got to be clever, you got to be deceptive. You've got to skirmish when you're at a disadvantage. And let's say it's a 4-on-2, and two of you are back there. Well, both of you have to skirmish and be active and try to guard two people at once and fake and get off and be clever and deceptive. So you're going to get a lot of chances tonight to practice your skirmishing because, like I said, half the time you're going to be playing disadvantage defense. And then the third thing to remember when you're playing disadvantage defense, a good point guard always plays the percentages. You've heard me say a few times already that good decision makers avoid things that have a low probability of success. Good decision makers repeatedly choose things that have a high probability of success. Well, when you're at a disadvantage, play the percentages. If at all possible, try to make that team take their shot on their left-hand side of the floor. Because, and I'm sure someone out there has done an official study of this, but if you just watch basketball, you'll start to notice that when teams go to the left side, when players go to their, because usually most players are right-handed. So on average, by percentages, when they go to the left side of the court, they make more mistakes, they miss more shots, they mishandle more balls, their passes aren't as precise, their handle isn't as precise. So if you're outnumbered and you're at a disadvantage, play the percentages. See if you can make them try to make their play on the left-hand side of the court.